Good afternoon. It's April 18th, the year of our Lord. I already squeezed the lemon, and then I got a phone call during the thing, so there's still lemon in there. Still stuff. Anyway, the 10 greatest Phish shows I ever went to. Now, these are not remotely the 10 greatest Phish shows ever, which probably mostly took place between the years 1992 and 1998. But these are the 10 best Phish shows that I saw. First show I saw, wanted to go to Worcester, where they played the You Enjoy Myself opener in February, and the sickest mama dance ever. But got shut out. I was 14, 15. Anyway. I did make it to the Mansfield '04 shows, which were unspectacular to me, except for the Dog-Faced Boy bust out, where Trey started tearing up. That was very moving to me. But overall, unexceptional shows. '03, '04, it's kind of like you could hit a mailed-in night or you could hit a great night. Like the 20th anniversary or 30th anniversary, whatever, the Fleet Center show wasn't spectacular. Although they opened Hood. So, probably could have just left after that. Anyway, these are the 10 most memorable shows that I went to see Phish. When I was just thinking in my head of like, what were the ones that felt really special? And I've seen lots of stuff, like lots of Boston, lots of Worcester, lots of Amherst. None of those shows are on this list. None of the Comcasts, none of the... There's a Worcester show, but it doesn't really belong on the list. But I just included it for one reason that I'll explain in a middle bit, because it's number 10. 10/27/10. This was a freezing cold night. Trey had lost his voice, sounded sick, but they break into Heavy Things. Heavy Things is usually a throwaway song, but there's something about the way that they were soloing in this Heavy Things. The energy of the group of people I was around, just kind of dancing unselfconsciously, or just felt like we tapped into this beautiful communal energy thing that was one of the most powerful experiences I've had seeing Phish. I would say it's actually the second most powerful behind the number one show. Anyway, number 10, Worcester Kid, $25, 10/27/10. Not an amazing show start to finish, but contained one of the greatest moments of my life. 8/17/10, Jones Beach. Another one that's not the most stellar show start to finish, but the backwards down the number line is the greatest version ever played of that song. You can post one if there's a better one they've played since. I don't listen to all the soundboards anymore. I check Live Phish app and try to listen to the ones people say are the best. But yeah, that's my number 9. That Jones Beach show, I just love Jones Beach. You're just like looking over the water. It's a cool venue. 8/14/09, Hartford. Colonel Forbin's opener. I knew I was in for a special one when I heard the Colonel Forbin's Fly Famous Mockingbird, and Trey nailed the composed parts of Fly Famous Mockingbird. Guitarists out there, attempt to play Fly Famous Mockingbird. The second set is Ghost into Psycho Killer into Catapult into Iculus with this insane narration where Trey's telling everybody to get off their cell phones. Into You Enjoy Myself. Yeah, it was an exceptional show. It's the best show of the summer tour. I went to most of it. Number 7, Albany '09. The second set, there's some cool bust outs in the first set. Second set opens 7 Below into Ghost. Both of these have like a 15 to 20 minute jam after the song structure. That's just great jamming. It's just that great unselfconscious, like 5-song second set, just like we're going for it. Crazy jamming style. And this was so reassuring to hear at this point, because in '09 they were technically, up until this point, executing their compositions pretty tight. But the jams would get ripcorded. The jams wouldn't develop that much. This was the first show where Trey felt like his playing was unself-conscious, and he was like a conduit for the energy of the crowd, and it was back into that old blissful kind of jam space that felt like it had been missing from the early '09 stuff. I mean, I saw a lot of bad '09 shows, like the Fenway and the... Yeah, there's a list. This is the year I caught the most shows. Because I'd been saving up. I was like, oh, Phish is getting back together? Anyway. The best show of that summer. The best show of '09 this summer. And the one where it was like, Phish is back, baby, was Hartford. Colonel Forbin's Fly Famous Mockingbird in the first set. I knew it was going to be a special show. Second set, Ghost into Psycho Killer into Catapult. They never play Catapult. Into Iculus. They never play Iculus. Into You Enjoy Myself. And the Iculus narration is hysterical. He's just making fun of all of his fans, saying, get off your cell phones. Like, you're all here right now. Get off of your phones. Stop documenting the show and experience what it feels like to be in this room right now. It's brilliant. This is one of my favorite Iculuses. Yeah. Beyond Reproach. Hartford '09. This was the first show where I was like, Phish is back, baby. Gotta buy my Miami tickets. 11/28/09, Albany. This was the first show where it was like, oh, they can jam. They can still jam. Second set opens with two 25-minute jams. Seven Below and Ghosts. Both get out there, hit all sorts of sections, and it was just so refreshing to hear this from them. Where they just leave the song structure, and it was just like they were in no hurry to get back to any other songs. And this was just a fantastic show. Above that, I think this is technically not as good a show, but the vibes there. Bethel, Night 1, all three nights Bethel. But Bethel Night 1 specifically, that's when they played the Waves. They played a better Waves than the Soundcheck with the Love Supreme teases. You should check that out. But this Bethel run was pretty magical, and it was the opener run, so I didn't expect it to be, because they usually sound kind of rusty at the beginning of the tour. But this, they just sound like right at home the whole run. I still think the Bethel run was one of the best runs of the year. Hope they released the DVDs they recorded of it. Number 5. The year before New Year's, 09. 12/30/09. This is maybe the best date in Phish history in terms of consistency. 12/30/93. One of the greatest shows ever. 12/30/95, amazing show, almost rivals the New Year's Eve show. 12/30/97, completely surpasses the New Year's Eve show and is one of the greatest Phish shows ever. In my experience seeing Phish, seeing a few New Year's runs, went to 3 MSGs and 1 Miami. The night before New Year's is almost always better than the actual New Year's. Except 95. I was 6 years old. I don't fucking know. 4. Super Bowl. Now, it was like, which Super Bowl do I pick? Do I pick 7-2 or 7-3? I picked 7-3 because start to finish, there's nothing wrong with this show. Except for that they play light. And then the pacing of it can be kind of awkward. But, Soul Shakedown Party opener. When they play a Bob Marley song for an opener, whether it's Mellow Mood, Soul Shakedown, you know you're in for something special. And this entire first set and second set both segue. Soul Shakedown goes into AC/DC Bag, goes into The Curtain With, goes into Colonel Forbin's Fly Famous Mockingbird. Thank you for playing Fly Famous Mockingbird. I'm aware how difficult that song is to play. Destiny Unbound. Amazing song. Big Bad Furry Creature from Mars. The Fun Antics, the Wilson into Mound. I remember hearing the Mound. There's like an instant before other people. I was like, Mount? I was like, yes, Mount. Like that. Most people can't recognize by the intro beat that it's Mount until it gets into the. So I felt pretty special. Song I heard the ocean sing. One of the best new songs. Time Loves a Hero. One of the best Little Feat songs. Reba into David Bowie. Legitimate segue from Reba into David Bowie. And these are two of the greatest songs Phish ever wrote. Set 2, just a lot of fun. Big Balls opener. It's a silly AC/DC song. Into Down with Disease, which gets jammed out. The dark jam turns into No Quarter. And then Party Time. Party Time is what you need after the No Quarter. And then Ghost. Back in the funk. Got a Jaboo. Got some Blissful Trey. Light. Sure. It's a jam vehicle. This song is unlistenable. Waves is not unlistenable. It's a very good song. And can get into these cool jams. As it did in Bethel. As it will in It. What's the Use? I love this song. This song is just like, oh, I wish there's a whole... Well, there is the Sick It Does. There is kind of a whole album of this. But, like, there's not a whole album of What's the Use. And then it's a Meat Stick. Love Meat Stick. Yeah, the corny Japanese lyrics. Into Stealing Time from the Faulty Plan. Not what I would close this set with. This festival with. But it's not. It's what closes the second set. Then they do Star Spangled Banner, 4th of July weekend. We're at a racetrack. Feels kind of NASCAR-y. You gotta sing the Spangled, the Star Spangs. First Tube Encore. First Tube with full fireworks display. Beautiful thing to behold. First Tube I feel like doesn't even make sense unless you've seen it with fireworks. Number 3. 1111. I went to 3 MSG runs. This one, the one before, the one after. The one after is not very good. This one is very good. Particularly the night before New Year's. New Year's was pretty good, and then this show is the best. And then, yeah. The next year was pretty bad, all 4 nights. But anyway, Opens My Soul, Tube into Runaway, Jim into Foam, into Gila Papyrus. Please play Gila Papyrus more, Phish. It's an amazing song. The Ass Festival? That's what I want to hear. The fucking classical shit, dude. Anyway, Gila, into Divided Sky, into Round Room. They never play Round Room. Into Walk Away. James Gang. Rules. They should play Funk 49. They probably did. God of Jaboo, Reba. This has all been segued. They haven't stopped playing for the set. They won't stop playing for the second set either. Walls of the Cave. Fine first set closer. Set 2, Cross-Eyed and Painless. You're into the funky Talking Heads. And then into Twist. This Twist gets pretty out there. And then goes into Simple. Simple reliably produces blissful, amazing jams. And then Sneakin' Sally. You thought you were going to get out of the set without filthy, dirty funk? You're mistaken, my friend. Sneakin' Sally through the alley. Into Maki Supa Policeman. So you get the reggae, little dub. Then you get David Bowie. Your apocalyptic, shreddy, punctuation mark closer that you want on the first set. And then Encore Fee. I love Fee as an encore. And then Frankenstein. It's a fantastic show. Other than the My Soul opener and the Jaboo Walls of the Cave, it's a perfect show. 10-26-10. Manch Vegas, baby. Manchester, New Hampshire. This is start to finish a very special show. After Midnight opens it. Then Sloth. Then Alumni Blues. I don't know why they bother writing Alumni Blues letter to Jimmy Page Alumni Blues. When was the last time they played just Alumni Blues without playing? It's part of the song. And you can stop notating that. Phish.net. Mellow Mood. Again, when you hear Bob Marley in a first set, you know you're in for something special. Access Me, they never play. Not one of my favorite songs. Weird Mike song. But it's great. It's great to hear. I hadn't heard this song in years when I heard this show. Llama. Love Llama. Sunrise over the turquoise mountains. Messenger birds in sight that came up through the valley, both sides at a time. The cold, steady rain, I looked down. Poker double decker on a llama to boot. Llama to boot to boot. Yeah. Llama. Amazing song. All These Dreams, rarely played, so it's like a nice little like water in the sky, a slow water in the sky type ballad. Then Curtain With. I love Curtain. I love the with progression that they play in Rift faster. I like it better slower. Then Scent of a Mule. You get a fun little mule dual bluegrassy. Don't take my laser beams away. Song I Heard the Ocean Sing, one of the best new songs. At this point, new. Then It's Ice, one of the best Phish songs, period. Then Walls of the Cave. It's a fine closer, not one of my favorites. Then Possum, Into Light, into Mike's song, into Simple, into Maki Supa, into Night Nurse, into Maki Supa, into The Wedge, Ghost, into Mango Song, into Weekapaw, into Llama Reprise. Show Life Encore. Light, not a good song. Good jam vehicle, though. This Mike's groove is insane. Just the Mike's Simple, Maki Supa, Night Nurse, Maki Supa. They played the Gregory Isaacs cover. Gregory Isaacs died shortly before the show. They play the Night Nurse cover with such taste and such reverence. It's just a beautiful demonstration of like their abilities to pay homage in a really respectful and beautiful way, and not just kind of like novelty cover, but like this actually sounds like a sincere and heartfelt interpretation of this song. This little sequence of Maki Supa and Night Nurse, Maki Supa into Wedge. I love it. It's so good. Like, Wedge is exactly what I want to hear after that. And then you know what I want to hear after Wedge? Ghost into Mango Song, into Weekapaw, into the end of Llama. For no apparent reason. But for every apparent reason. I don't know about appearances, appearance. Anyway. After that, Manch Vegas, you get the first show I ever saw. It. Set list goes AC/DC Bag, Yamar, Runaway Jam, Reba. This is great. Reba. This Yamar is slept on. This Yamar is the most emblematic of what it jamming was, I feel. Vultures, amazing. Limb by Limb, Cavern. Whatever you do, take care of your shoe. Down with Disease into NICU, into Brother. Great. Lawn Boy. Discern, they never play. Not one of my favorite songs, but The Waves, and then the jam after Waves, this is like some serious mothership, alien abduction stuff. Into David Bowie, like as if the Waves jam wasn't dark enough, it's like, we're just going to build the darkness to this frenetic peak. And then this third set, Rock and Roll into Seven Below, into Sense and Subtle Sounds, into Seven Below Sandwich, into Spread It Round. Terrible song. Glad they didn't play that again. Bug. It doesn't matter. We're at it. Guess what? It doesn't matter. Yeah, and the encore's Dog Log into Mango Song. I didn't even understand how special hearing Dog Log was till like 50 shows later, and I'm still trying to hear it. Then they played Tower Jam while I was asleep. I slept through the Super Bowl. Sleeping Monkey set too. But yeah. Anyway, so top 5, 12, 30, 09. Soul Shakedown Party, Tila, Life Boy, Love You, my favorite Syd Barrett song. Super Bowl, Soul Shakedown Party again, opener. Curtain With, Destiny Unbound, Big Black Furry Creature from Mars, Time Loves a Hero, Big Balls, No Quarter, Just Playing a Dark No Quarter, Into Party Time, Into Ghost, Gotta Jaboo, Waves, What's the Use, Meat Stick. Yeah. 111, Reba. Also the entire second set. Manch Vegas, the entire show. It, the entire show. These are the 10 best Phish shows that I ever saw. I saw a few in San Francisco after. Saw some of the Bill Graham shows in like 05, 06, or 17, something like that. And I saw a lot of like Comcast Center, Worcester, UMass. Saw a bunch of shows at the UMass Mullins Center. Saw a bunch of shows in a bunch of different states. Followed this band around. Saw them dozens and dozens of times. These were my 10 favorite concert experiences attended. Now that I've shared with you like what my favorites were that I went to, maybe I can start reviewing my overall favorite Phish shows. If anybody's interested in that, I think it would be pretty interesting. But I don't know. See how many people watch this, and if it's enough to make me care enough to do more Phish, because I've spent so much time obsessing about Phish that I could just do Phish and nothing else. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. It's 23 minutes. Don't follow leaders, watch Parker Meters.